Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. For this video I'm making a lantern to celebrate Easter Sunday that is coming up in just a few days. I'm going to show you guys everything that you need, all of the steps. For this project I'm using my Cricut machine to do the cutting. I got this project from the Cricut Design Space app. There is a project section where everybody shares projects. I'm going to share this project with anybody that wants to do it in my Discord. I'll put a link to this project so you can do it yourself. What you're going to need is some cardstock, white cardstock. I use the 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter or the 12 inch by 12 inch cardstock for this project. You're also going to need some tracing paper for the see-through paper that the light is going to emit through. You're going to need some kind of glue, your Cricut machine, and a scoring tool to score the edges so that you can fold it and put it together. So that you can score the edges and fold it and put it together. We're going to cut the tracing paper first, just the 4 panels for each side of the box. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the design out from the cardstock after that. Make sure when you're putting the tracing paper into your Cricut machine that you switch the dial to the paper setting so that it cuts it out with a very light pressure. You don't want your machine tearing it. So turn it over to the paper setting for the tracing paper. And when you go and put the cardstock in, you're going to change it over to the cardstock setting so that you get the right amount of pressure for each of the different materials that you'll be using for this project. I'm just using a light grip mat for this project, something where it's not going to really hold the tracing paper down. You don't want too much tackiness or it's going to tear as you pull up the tracing paper. Use your brayer tool to just push down the cardstock against the mat so it's stuck so that it doesn't tear and lift up in places as it's cutting. So now we're cutting the cardstock. You want to adjust your dial to cardstock from paper because we use paper for the tracing paper. So we are going to push this button, load the mat, and this design calls for the scoring tool. So we're just going to insert this here. Make sure when you're putting it in there, see that arrow? Push it down so it disappears. It'll have a click. Shut it, and then we are going to hit cut. For this design, if you guys want to make it, I'm going to share it in my Discord. Anybody that's interested in designs on the channel, I share on what I can, I share on the Discord. So join me over there. There's a link to the Discord in the description. If you want to create some of the projects I create on this channel, especially this one for this video, if you want to create it, jump over the Discord and grab the file link. Once it's done, you just hit the unload button. This is a pretty simple design. So we got this all cut out. Let's see how well this picks up. I have these tools here you can use to just lift up paper from cardstock carefully so you don't ruin the design. That's going to be an issue. I guess we're just not going to have the dot for the eye. So yeah, just use this carefully to lift this up. This wording is going to be a little tricky. It's so tiny and I don't want to break it. Okay, so you can just use this tool to get rid of all of the extra pieces on the mat. Just like this. Just scrape them all off there. I'm going to do that in a minute. So you take this tool and you just poke out all of the little pieces that are stuck in there. Or you can use tweezers, whatever is easiest for you. And just make sure there's no pieces left in there. So there's a little piece in here and in the E. So tiny. You gotta be really careful. Oh no, it got stuck. I just recently changed the blades for my Cricut, which probably made it better to cut this. Whenever it starts to tear cardstock, I change the blades. Whenever it starts to tear cardstock, I change the blade. I'll show you guys in a minute something really neat. Let me just finish this one piece. I buy these packs of blades on Amazon. Well, I bought this one to try to find like a cheaper alternative to Cricut blades, because when you buy one Cricut blade, it's $20 and that's really pricey. So I found this on Amazon. It was $20 for this pack, and it comes with all these blades. Like, there's 3 different types of blades, and the blade's just right here. If you can see it, that's the blade. They have these protective coverings on them. So one of these lasts about 6 months, one of these. But for how many I've got, I'll never run out of Cricut blades now, if one lasts about 6 months. So, and there's the different degrees. So, and that's how many of each there are. So I'm good for blades for my rest of my Cricut career, basically. A one-time cost of $20. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to try this. For 20 bucks, getting all of these and giving it a shot, it's worth it, right? And this works with the Cricut Explorer and the Maker. So if the cost of blades is giving you a hard time, link in the description. Get yourself a pack of these. I bought it like last year, and I've only changed, maybe a little over a year ago, and only changed my blades 3 times. Okay, so we've got a few small pieces in here to cut, to take out. Doing laundry today, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I haven't done an Easter project yet. And I went looking through different Easter things, and this stuck out to me. I don't think I'm going to make any t-shirts for Easter this year. I could change my mind, you never know, but I don't think I'm going to design myself a t-shirt for Easter. But maybe 1 or 2 projects would be fun. And I thought this was cute. I am planning a Easter egg hunt for the kids. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy baskets or make baskets. Last year I made some Easter baskets, but they were really, really small. I'll put a link in the description to show you guys that. If I can find something a little bigger for baskets, maybe I'll make them, but we will see. So these are all done. So for the glue, I'm going to use Mod Podge crafting glue. You can use whatever kind of glue you like for this project. I always use a paintbrush to apply the glue. I probably should use a thinner one for this, but oh well, we'll make it work. So you just, sometimes I use a Q-tip for fine work. So we needed the score tool for this project. So it made these lines, and we're going to just fold them and then glue them together. Where's the line on this one? Oh, right here. Oh, I missed one. So we got to glue this together, and we have to glue these pieces of tracing paper that I cut out. Okay, so this is going to go on the outside. So I might need to fold these the other way. This is gonna make a box that we're gonna put our light in. I think fairy lights would work too. Maybe I'll take, when it gets dark out today, I'll do a comparison of fairy lights and candles and see which one lights it up better. The fairy lights I got comes with a remote, and you can change colors, which is really neat. So once I figure out how these are going to go, okay, so the words are faced right. We are going to glue on these first. So we're just going to add some glue to the white area. I'm going to glue on my table, so I'm going to do this. all the little pieces. That way it sticks properly, just the way we want it. Up, and as you can see, I didn't put any up here, so it's not sticking to the top. I missed right here, missed right here. All right, so there's that. Now we're just going to let that dry, and we'll work on the next one. To move too much because then it'll make a big mess. Glue stick would work really well for this, I think. Good stuff. Good thing about this glue is it dries transparent. I think most glues do. Corners are more important than anything. One more. Gonna make it stick to the paper. Oops. Okay. There. Now, place to push that down. Okay. Now we're going to give that a few minutes to dry. Okay, so this is the order I'm putting them in together. So we're just going to try to paint down the crease here, and then push this side in the corner properly, and just press down and hold it for a few seconds. Make sure that the glue dries good. just like that. Okay, now we are going to do this one. Same thing. Just add glue. Make sure you get enough glue. And just line it up. Press down. Press it down with the fold too, just to make sure that the crease is in there good and the glue holds it together. And then one more, two more. At the last panel, and then we connect the last side. Okay, so we're going to glue the last panel on. Press it down firmly. Give it a second for the glue to bond a little bit. Give it a little fold. Alright. Now we're just going to glue the two sides together so it's a complete box. I've been looking at this really neat sublimation lamp I want, or lantern I want to get. I think that would be cool to design one of those too. This one is trickier. Maybe if I flatten it, that'll work. And just make sure you give a good solid contact with paper to paper so the glue can dry properly. And then you have a little lantern. So let's test it out. For the most part, I can make it dark in here. Just shut all the blinds. There's the lamp, or there's the candle. So we just put that in there. And we have a little lantern. Very pretty. If I were to put the fairy lights in there, I could change it and add different colors. But that looks really nice. So I'm going to test out these fairy lights in it. So we're just going to take the candle, turn it off and set it aside. These are the fairy lights that you can put inside one of this if you have them. Well, I got a remote here. I'm going to change the color. So we don't have to make it flicker with these. There is a steady, and you can make it different colors. It's not flashing like flickering like that for me. I think that's the camera. I took a photo so you guys could see what it looks like because it's flickering on that end. That's multicolored, which is really pretty, I think. So that's it with the fairy lights. Which do you like better? Do you like the fairy lights inside, or do you like the candle inside?
Candle inside.
You like the candle inside?
Yeah.
So let's just pop the candle back in for a minute. Like that. Which do you guys like better, the fairy lights or the candle? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this little lantern. If you're interested in making it yourself, go to the description and find the link for my Discord where I'm sharing the project, where I'm sharing the file for this project. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below. And if you want to check other crafting projects I've done, here's a playlist for you. Have an amazing day, everybody.